I was over at my friend's house. He was at the hospital picking up our other friend who had a bicycle accident and hurt his head, and he was picking him up and coming back with him. And so I was going to meet him there so we could hang out and like welcome him back from the hospital and so forth. So I get there and I call him up because he's not home. And I say, Richard, I'm here. Like, what's up? He's like, the doctors are being slow, whatever. So I'm going to be a little while. Well, I got a big 20-ounce venti, Starbucks black coffee. And so I pound that thing in my car as I'm reading a book. And pretty soon I start to feel that pressure in my gut. Like, I got to take a shit. Like, I have to take a shit. It's like that caffeine shit, right? And I call up my friend. I'm like, where are you? Like, I need you to get home now. He's like, the doctors haven't even brought him to me. I don't know what's going on. He's like, go see if a door or a window's open or something. And so now I'm getting up and moving. And so that's making things worse, And I check all the doors. I check all the windows. Nothing's open. And I'm in the backyard and I'm like this close to just digging a hole in his flower garden and taking a shit in his flower garden. But then all of a sudden I look up and there's a balcony from the master bedroom with no stairs down to the backyard, but it's a balcony, there's no access to it. And I'm like, I'll bet they didn't lock that door. And so I kick my shoes off so that I can, they were loose on my feet so that I can more easily like climb up the pole and pull myself up there. And so I'm just in my socks. And at this point, just like the effort of, the strain of like pulling myself up to this thing, like it's
You're
like
ready to go.
It's coming right now, and that's what's happening. And so I run up, the door's open, thank God, and I run in and run into the master bathroom, and for some reason, but again, like this is a crisis moment, I'm not like taking everything into account as I'm making decisions here. I get in there, and as I run in there, I see that there's no toilet paper. Now the obvious answer there is cross that bridge when you get to it. Take a shit.
You gotta go.
But at the time, I was like, oh no. And so I ran out of the bathroom. I'm up on the second floor. I run over to the stairs, and they have one of those stairs that, kind of goes down halfway, and there's a little platform, and then right angle goes down the other way. And I have to go so bad that I just jump down the first flight of stairs, and then I jump down the second flight of stairs. My socks hit the tile floor, slide out. I fall on my back, bang my head, and shit everywhere. I mean, it's like going up my back. It's horrible. And
oh my God.
My head is like ringing, and I'm ashamed to say that like I laid there in my shit for like at least 10 seconds because I was sitting there thinking of like all of the opportunities that I had to like, change course and avoid this that are so obvious in retrospect. And you just sit there and think about like when you're in that situation, like you don't even stop there. You think back on like your entire life and you're like, how did I get here? It's like that record scratch.
Yeah.
Like you're probably wondering how I got into this situation. Like that's where I was. This doesn't have anything to do with like the overall point I was making, but the the really shameful part of it is I cleaned it all up and you could still kind of like in the grout in the tiles, like I couldn't get it out. So it was still kind of smelled shitty. And when my friend got home, I didn't tell him this for years afterwards. When he got home, I blamed it on his dog. And he yelled at the dog like on my behalf. Yeah, I told him years later. But so yeah, like,
How old were you at the time?
Too old to be doing shit like that.